we had a big question that we were asking ourselves about our choices, where we're going to dance, how we're going to dance. And the big question was, if I'm going to say, what's the big question? I was going to say, where can I move my body? Okay. Last week, where did we find out we could move our body? Where can we go? We could go really what? High, and we could go in the middle, and we could also go what? Low. And so those were choices that we made. We did different levels. Okay, can you say that again? Levels? Levels. And we talked about high, medium, and low. Can somebody give me an example of something that we could do really high of these? What could we do really high? We could jump. So I'm going to just do a little example right here, a picture of somebody jumping. Okay, to help myself remember that when I'm talking about high, I'm talking about how up in the air I can make my body go. Can somebody think of an example from these that's very low that we found out was very low? Yes. Down. And what were we doing down? Were we skating down? Were we swimming down on the ground? What were we doing? Crawling. Okay, so I'm going to give myself a reminder. I'm going to say, you know, an example of being really low is like crawling. Okay, and I'm just going to draw a picture for myself of somebody on their hands and knees. But is that the lowest? Was crawling the lowest? What was the lowest? Remember, we all said, okay, let's get to the lowest place in our body. Do we have it up here? We don't. Do you remember what we were doing when we were at the lowest place? Laying down. Do you think we could put it up on our board? Okay, where should we put it? Should we put it under axial because we're staying in one place, or should we put it under locomotor because we're moving around? Okay, thumbs up if you think laying down should be axial. Thumbs up if you think, because we're not going to move around. We're going to stay in an X. Okay. And how many of you think laying down should be locomotor? You know what? I think Jamar and Melanie can think of a way that laying down can become locomotor if we do something with our laying down. If we lay down and start, would we be moving around somewhere? Ooh, so we just found 2 ideas. We're going to write them down because I realized, you know, we don't have that many ideas up here. We need to add more. So, another way of saying laying down, what were you doing this morning before you woke up? What were you doing before you even woke up? Sleeping. So I'm going to write sleep. So it's just another idea that we can use when we're thinking of things. Okay? And what was the one that was lowest and moving? Rolling. Okay, I'm going to write these down because I'm interested in getting more ideas. More ideas. Okay, and rolling, rolling, rolling. I'm going to make a little drawing of somebody rolling. So the lowest place I can go with my body, I think, would be maybe laying down, sleeping on the ground, or even rolling. Okay? I'm going to draw a little picture of somebody that's, and this is kind of an arrow that's showing that they're going around. Roll. Now, the big question today is, where can we move our body and move around the general space? We can make a lot of really, really interesting choices as dancers, and we're going to practice that right now. Let's get in our circle, stand in a circle. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You're on the edge of the circle looking into the circle. Excellent. Make a good choice. If I can't see you, then you're not at the edge. There we go. Ariana, why don't you come over here? There's some space for you. Nice. Good. So you know what we're going to try right now is we're going to, like last week, we tried our important things dance and we practiced different levels. We're going to try what are the other choices we can put, or where else can we make our body go? Okay? We're going to think, there's different ways of moving and different ways of going. So for what everybody's important, can I have somebody help me with this? Can I have a helper? Serena's going to help me. Serena, why don't you try everybody's important really low, and I'm going to try it really high. Ready? You want to try that? Okay, here we go. We're going to do everybody's important. You're going to do it low, and I'm going to do it high. Ready? Go. She and I are going to do it. Good. Now try it even, just with your body as low as possible. There you go. And I'm going to try it too. Just watch us. Remember how we do it with our bodies? Open and come back in. But your body's going to be lower and my body's going to be higher. Let's try it, okay? Ready? Go. That's a choice we can make. That's a choice where I can put my body in relationship to her. If I'm going to ask you, where was I? The big question, where was I? Was I under or over her? Over her. And where was she? Under or over me? Under. That's a choice we can make. So get next to a partner really quick and decide who's going to go over and who's going to go under. Really quick. Next to somebody. Right where you are, the person right next to you. Turn to them. Turn to them. All right. You need a partner right here. Do you have a partner? Good. You got a partner? Good. All right. Now, if you are, well, let's take a look. We might have to do real quick rock, paper, scissors, but the first time. First time rock, paper, scissors. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, go.
Rock, paper, scissors.
That's it. The winner. The winner's going to go under. So the winner get low. The winner get low. Aha. And the person who didn't win go over. And let's try doing everyone's important. Somebody's under, somebody's over. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Everybody's important. But Eimer, you weren't showing the move. You got to do the move. You're just choosing where you're going to do it differently. Try again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Everyone's important. So I saw Mizraim moving over Serena. Serena was moving under him. Are we still saying everyone's important?
Yeah.
Yeah, but are we showing it in a little bit different way?
Yep.
Does it look different? Does it look different?
Yeah.
Does it feel different? Yeah, well, you know what? As dancers, we make those choices all the time. Where are we going to put our bodies? We could put them anywhere. Pretty cool. Let's try the next one. Let's try unity. Now, instead of over and under, I want to think of another way I can move my body. Can go over and under. What's another way we could go? Any ideas? Yeah.
Behind.
We can go behind. We can go back. And we can go forward. Okay, I love it. Everybody get back in your circle. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Facing in the circle. We can all see each other. I like the way you're thinking about space. See, we're thinking about where can we put our bodies. Let's do the next one. Forward and back. Let's see how it looks. Let's see how it feels. We're going to try working together. We're going to think about our personal space, so we don't want to step on anybody. But let's take a step forward and back with that. Oh, let's try again. We're still using our high and low level, guys. We haven't forgotten about that. But we're thinking also, where else do we want to put our bodies? So try it. Ready, Miguel? You guys are all ready? We want to move forward and back. Ready? Working together. Forward and back. We're putting a lot of ideas into our dance. Does it feel different to go forward and back? Does it look different?
Yeah.
Let's try it again without going forward and back. Just stand there. Go up, reach, and come down. And now let's do it with forward and back. Ready? Reach, and come back. Sit with your legs crossed. Think about it. What was different about it? Yeah, Julian.
I would stay in the same spot.
We did it.
And it wasn't the same.
It didn't feel or look the same, did it? Did it feel better or did it feel different in any way? Yeah? It wasn't necessarily better or worse, it just looked different. Do we like it? Does it still say what we want to say?
Yeah.
Do you still think it says, hey, we're working together? Why do you think that, you guys?
Because it's the same thing but just in a different way.
Absolutely. And that's the cool thing about dance. We can decide to do, we want to say something, but there's different ways we can say it. So now we're becoming more smarter about the way we dance. We're thinking about our details. Like a good writer, you guys have to think about a lot of details, right? What's my setting? Who's my character? What's the plot? What's the problem? Well, a dancer's going to have to think about a lot of details when they're writing their dance, too. Same things. All those details. Okay, what else can we do? We're going to look at creativity. Ooh, I have an idea. What do we do for creativity again? We start like this, right? Can everybody get like this? Now I can make a choice when I become my bird. Remember, we become a bird. Now, you know what? I see a number of ovals, but I see a number of very long, skinny, unusual looking eggs. Remember what your idea is for your body. What do you want to be right now? Before you're a bird, you're an egg. So does your body look like an egg right now? What's really important is the bending of your knees so that your body can get as tiny as possible. Okay, I see she looks like an egg. I see the shape of her body really looks like an oval to me. Make good choices. Now, Ms. Rojas is going to choose to come up. So let's crack out of our egg. Go ahead. Right there where we are. Now we can choose to fly around and not think about the way we're flying around. Just fly. Or we can fly around and think about the way we're flying around. And when we flew before, did we run into anybody?
No.
Did we bump into anybody?
No.
Did we step on anybody?
No.
No, because you know what you were doing? You were choosing to go in between each other. What does that look like? Okay, if you are wearing gray, you are going to be the first bird. Ready? Anybody have gray on? You have gray on. You have gray on. Anybody else has gray? He has gray. You have gray. Even on your shoe. Stand up. If you have gray in any way, stand up. Yeah, you have gray, Miss. Okay.
I have gray.
Quietly stand up as a bird. Stand up. Stand up as a bird. Okay, now you guys are going to fly around, but not touching each other in between, around that space. Ready? Let's go. Boys and girls, notice how we're not touching each other when we're going into the empty spaces around and in between each other. Okay, I'm choosing to go, I say Jamar's there, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm looking for empty spaces in between. Can you say in between?
In between.
We are dancing and choosing to dance in between each other. Not touching, looking for empty spaces. Now, let's go land next to whoever we were in the circle. Excuse me. Very nice. Now, you're going to say, Miss Rojas, that's the way we always do it, right? You're going to say that to me? Oh, Miss Rojas, that's the way we always fly around. And that's true. But now we're noticing and we're thinking and we're doing it on purpose. That's a big deal, okay? It's a big deal to think, okay, I'm going to do this because I want to do this, not just because it's something that I'm going to do without thinking. What did we call it when we were going into the empty spaces? In between, absolutely. Last way, focus. Focus. Let's try focus. And you guys said we could move forward and back, and there's another way we can think about that. I can think about that as, let's stand up. And we can think about moving away from each other. How would that look if we want to get away? The dice just took a step back. So step up back, away from each other, and towards each other. If we almost thought about our circle not necessarily being a circle, and maybe we could actually look at us as two lines, because look, we almost look like two lines, don't we? Maybe we will ask you to join this line over here, and I can't see your name, so I can't call you by your name. Okay, Joy, you're going to join this line over here, and we're just going to kind of open up into two lines that are looking at each other. See, Alisa's going to step this way, and Julian's going to step this way. Do we look like two lines that are looking at each other now, kind of? Okay. I'm going to try my last move, moving away and moving together. Closer and apart, okay? How would it look for us to move away from each other? What would we do? Step. That's right, step back. But we don't want it to go too far away, so just take one step back. Come on, come back where we were. And for our crazy, remember we do shaking? Let's step away from each other for crazy. Ready? Step away. And now let's come together. Freeze. Right where we started. For control. Let's try again. And away means you need personal space. So Miguel, do you not have enough personal space? Do you want to ask if they can give you more space? They say, can you give me a little bit more space, please? Thank you. Okay. So let's say this again, and we can use the words. There's actually two words we can use for moving away. We could say moving away. What's another way we could say it? When we're moving like this. Apart. Okay. So what would you like to use, apart or away?
Away.
Well, let's use both. Let's use one and then the other. So let's say away first. So stepping away, say away. And then together. Right back to where you were. Now, what's another way we could say it? You said apart, right? And what does it mean when we say a word so many different ways, but we mean the same exact thing? What does that mean? Julian? When a word, we can say it many ways, but it means the same thing? Is there a way we call it in first grade? Do we talk about that yet? Oh, not yet. Okay, that's okay. It's called a synonym. You'll learn that in second grade. So when it's the same exact word, there's different words, but you say the same thing. It's like saying a synonym or something's the same. So now we're going to do it in a different way, but we're going to call it a different thing. We're going to do it the same way, but call it a different thing. We can say away. Is that what okay, and we can say closer. So say that, away. Claudia, move away. And closer. Yes. Those are all kinds of really cool choices. Did that look different? Did it feel different? Does it still say what we're trying to say with focus? Yes or no? I don't know.
Yes.
Thumbs up if you think it still talks about focus. All right. Choices, dancers, choices. Dancing life is about choices. Okay, let's have you come back to your place on the carpet on your square. Where's your square? Where's your square? Where's your square?